Hey, man, be quiet all that noise, man. Hey, Mike, be quiet all that noise. What's going on, good people? What's up, man? What's going on? You are listening to the Coach Kash Show, featuring my guy, Coach Kash, in the building. What's up, Coach Kash?
Hey, how's it going, Michael? Happy to be here tonight.
Hey, Coach Kash, man. It's always a pleasure, man, to chop it up with you, man, on a Tuesday night, man. This is your time. It's your time to shine, man. So, hey, we here, baby, man. We are in the building, man. Thank you for providing our listeners and our fans opportunity to connect with you, Coach Kash.
Well, it's my pleasure, Mike. Anytime I get an opportunity to talk about Pahokee football and all that comes with it, man, it's a pleasure, and I always look forward to that opportunity.
Yes, sir, man. you guys got a bye weekend. I mean, a bye week this week, man. So you we're gonna get into that though, but man, I just want to say, man, firsthand, if nobody hasn't congratulate you, let me be the first to congratulate you, man. Congratulations on your win against Port Charlotte, man. Great win, man.
Hey man, it's amazing win, Michael. Anytime you can go out and get a win, especially at homecoming, in front of your peers and your family and the Pahokee faithful, it's priceless.
Yeah, it is, man. And man, you guys kind of and just jump right into this thing, man. You know how we do it. We don't waste no time. We get the people, the fans, the not so much fans, or we give them what they want to hear right off the rip, man. That's what we do. So let's jump right into it, man. You guys kind of struggled early with Port Charlotte. What made that game so difficult in the beginning?
Well, I think it was a series of things, Michael. One being that you know on home doing homecoming, it's very difficult doing homecoming, having the parade, pet rally, and then transition into a parade. The kids exhaust a lot of energy. A lot of the kids was very tired, and going in, we knew that, and just plan around it. That's one of the reasons why you make sure you don't schedule a very good opponent on homecoming. But Port Charlotte is one of those teams that a big physical team. They might didn't have the athletes we had, but in the trenches, it was bigger than us, and it was plenty physical. And then their game plan was straight up to stop Deshaun Benjamin. And we're going to every game, trying to get Deshaun the ball, and they set their defense up to strictly take that away, and they did a good job at it.
Man, speaking of Deshaun Benjamin, I know in the game, I was watching the game, and I noticed that he didn't rip a long one off normally like he does. And I just want to ask you, what made that process so difficult for him to run the ball? It seemed like it was difficult.
It was very difficult, Michael. Whenever you run against 8-man boxes and sometimes 9-man boxes when they go over zone, and everyone's flowing to the football, it's extremely difficult because at one point they had no respect for our tight ends or things of that nature, and everyone was going to Deshaun Benjamin when we hiked the ball. Whenever when you got an X on your chest like that, and you're facing a team that's it's pretty big in the trenches, which Port Charlotte are. I mean, they're big. It was big and physical. It gets difficult. And he was doing the best he could, and but hats goes out to those guys that had a very good game plan to stop the run, and like for us, we had a few tricks up our sleeve, to negate that.
Yeah. Speaking of some of your tricks, man, Austin Simmons, he seemed like he had a lot of tricks, man. He had a big game throwing the ball, man, and was that by design?
One of the things that we haven't we've been getting better as the year go by. It's basically spreading the ball around, especially playing off the run game. And what Austin did in this game, he took advantage of what the defense was doing for us, taking away Deshaun. It's impossible to just say, "Hey, man, we're gonna take away Deshaun," and the weapons we have, Austin spread it around. He threw a touchdown to a slot receiver, Zay Bryan, and then he threw another touchdown to a tight end, B.J. Bolden, and then he threw 2 more touchdowns to Harley Gilmore. So with that being said, people have to play us honest. And if you're gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna stop Deshaun," we're gonna throw the ball to our tight ends, we're gonna throw the ball to our slot guys, and we're gonna get the ball to our other playmakers on the team. So yes, Austin did a great job, just playing within the offense, and so when that time came, even though it was a very windy night, so Even when when his number was called to make plays, he made some big ones.
And that's what you need out of your quarterback. Manage the game, control the game, make the plays when the plays is necessary. So, awesome. Big ups to Austin, man. Big ups. And every time I say Austin, I want to say Powers. Austin Powers. I know that's bad.
All right. I mean, that's a heck of a movie, man.
Yeah.
Many times.
It was funny, Coach. That's all I'm saying. But
absolutely.
Yeah, man. But it's good to see him have some success throwing the rock, though, man. And being confident.
I couldn't be more happy for him. He's one of the top passers in the state.
That's right.
If things go like we planned, I mean, he could possibly throw for 3,000 yards, which no one has done at Pahokee thus far. But
wow,
I mean,
wow.
But that's not that's not the game plan. I mean, the game plan gonna be to run the ball and take what people give us. That's the recipe that's my recipe for winning state. We're gonna run the football, and then and we're gonna throw the ball as well. We will be a balanced football team. I don't believe in being a one-dimensional football team, and
yes, sir.
I never will be.
No doubt, man. You guys are running the ball very well in between the tackles, looking good now. Now passing, I mean, people don't realize how well we are passing the ball, but we are passing the ball well, as you just said.
In our classification, Mike, we're the number one offense in the state in our classification. And the crazy part is, Mike,
say that one more. Say that one more time, man. I think
we are the number one offense in 1A right now. A lot of people, I mean, we're not happy. We're not happy where we at for us from an offensive standpoint, because we're definitely not hitting on all cylinders. But compared to the people that we're gonna have to play in the playoffs, we're doing a hell of a job.
Exactly. I'm glad you clarified that. I mean, because people need to know, that although we ain't at our best right now, but we are playing some great football, and we're like you said, our offense is powerful, man. So we just need the fans to continue to support us. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. I will say this, Mike. I was very appreciative. We had a lot of support in the stands, and I heard a lot of positive things in the stands. After the game, it's a beautiful thing, man. When everyone can come together and and stay positive and support the kids, and cheer the Blue Devils on to a victory.
Man, awesome, man. So, hey, I'm excited about coming down next week. I'll be in the stands. But let me go to my next question before we get into that, because I want to kind of talk a little bit about that. But now, I'm just curious to know, man, because every week I want to know what player may have showed us something that we haven't seen. What is a player? I mean, who stood out to you, or that normally, name is not called on the Coach Kash show?
Well, on the offense side of the ball, Zay Bryant, he fumbled the ball early, but he came back with a touchdown, and he had a couple key catches in that game, man, that kept drives going. He's a senior, and he was able to have a big moment and contribute in a big way for us, leading up the football to a win in football. So on the offensive side of the ball, it would be him, and on the defensive side of the ball, it probably would be Jannard Thompson. Jannard Thompson has he's been working his butt off, and he has had an up and down season, but on senior night when he got his number called, to help close the game out, I think he had 2 or 3 sacks, man, which is huge, man. And I can't be more happy for the kid, because he's been working his butt off, and he's had some ups and downs from starting to not starting, but he showed us the other night, man, that hey, man, give me an opportunity to close things out, and I can get it done, and I was happy for him, along with Zay Bryant and things of that nature. But those guys definitely caught my attention, if no one else.
Man, that's good to hear those guys' name called, man. And like we spoke about it earlier, uh, some weeks ago, that we're gonna have a couple players come on, man. I would love to kind of, get some of their assessments of the game, with you, man. So, but that's big ups, man. Kind of congratulate the kids on a great game and a great victory. So, and it's not always about victory. It's about playing the game and just doing the best you can, and later come back and talk about it. All right.
No, absolutely, Mike. Man, I tell the kids all the time, man. As long as we play at a high level and as long as we force people to play at an even higher level to beat us, I'm good. The only time is the issue is when we beat ourselves,
Yeah.
whether that's from a coaching standpoint or whether that's from a player standpoint or discipline standpoint, whatever the situation may be. That's the only time I have issues with a loss. But if we go out there and play our A game, I'm happy with it. I'm going to always live with the results of win, lose, or draw.
Excellent, man. Excellent, coach. Let me ask you a question, coach. We head into we're heading into what, the playoffs in a few. Where are we? I mean, like our standing in the playoff, man. If you can elaborate on that for us, I just want to know where we are, where we stand in this whole big.
At the end of last week, we was sitting at the number 2 seed overall behind Chiefland. Chiefland lost Friday. So I'm anticipating that tomorrow at 12 o'clock we'll be slotted as the number 1 seed in the playoff. All regions. And if that happens, all we would need to do is, beat Glade Central in the Muck Bowl, and we will have the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs. And so, the 12 o'clock hits tomorrow. I'll be checking in. I'll be chomping at the bits to see where things fall. Right now, man, it's a real tight race between Chiefland, us, and Hawthorne. We definitely want to have that Hawthorne game played in Pahokee. That's the reason for the schedule, being so tough, just to make sure that we gave ourselves every opportunity in the world to make sure that Hawthorne has to drive to Pahokee to play this game and face us at Anquan Bowling Stadium in front of the Pahokee faithful. So with that being said, I like where we're at right now. We're on the cusp of being the number 1 seed throughout the entire playoffs. And if that happens, every team in 1A rule will have to drive to Pahokee to get a win in front of our fans.
So I just want to make sure I heard you correctly, coach. So if we beat Glade Central, we can probably move into the number 1 seed.
If what happens tomorrow, what I think is going to happen tomorrow, we will be the number 1 seed.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
if we beat Glade Central, we will remain with the number 1 seed.
Okay, gotcha.
So that makes Muck Bowl, that makes Muck Bowl a gigantic game for us, because if we have the aspirations that we say we have to win the state, we want that number 1 seed, and the goal this whole year was to try to get that number 1 seed, to force everyone hand to have to drive, to Pahokee, Florida to win a football game, and every team that's in our region, or actually in 1A rule, is the closest team is like 3.5 hours away. Most teams 4 and 5, some teams 6 hours away. Bus ride to come play a football game. So having the number 1 seed is paramount.
Excellent, man. Yes, it is, man. Going into that being the number 1 team is very paramount. Guys, if y'all tuning in, man, this is the Coach Kash show. Coach Kash is the 2nd-year football coach at Pahokee High School, my high school in Pahokee, Florida. His record now is 7-2. Last year record was what was it last year, Coach?
It was 9-2 last year.
9-2 last year. A couple games away from the state championship game. Before he took the program over, I think Pahokee High School won 2 games that year. During it was an ugly year, man, but nothing against the coaches that coach. It's just, hey, this is where we are now, and that's where we were. So big ups to Coach Emmanuel Hendricks, and much success. Coach, let's, if you will, Coach, let's go right into the inbox questions, man, because that's what we do, man. We go right into the inbox questions. And let me tell y'all too, if you're listening, you don't know Coach Kash, he never is someone that, from my understanding and working with him, he has never been someone that shy away of tough questions, and people send him questions all the time. And we try to remain anonymous with these questions because we don't want to blow the top on someone that asks us not to speak on it. So, Coach, I'll just go right into the first question, if you will.
Go ahead. I'm ready, Mike.
All right, man. Why do you refuse to run the ball and make the game more difficult? You, Coach, they talking to you.
Well,
although you got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but they're talking to you, Coach.
Well, the bottom line is we run the ball every game. Outside of that Carl Newman game, we have ran the ball more than we throw the ball. I don't, it's kind of funny to me that gets said a lot. I'm never going to coach a one-dimensional football. As long as I'm the head coach at Pahokee High School, I would never coach a one-dimensional football team. I just won't do that. Everyone in the state knows that the offense will always run through Sean Benjamin in the run game. However, we have more than capable wide receivers and a quarterback, to keep our offense balanced. And we're going to run the ball when we see a 4-1 box, and sometimes we run the ball into 8-9 man fronts, but that's not by design. But once we realize in a game that they have too many people in the box for us to be trying to run the ball, we're going to start throwing it to open up the run. And we pretty much did that in mostly every game we won and played outside of the Palm Beach Central game, when I just, we had, that whole week was about just mashing their face in and being real physical. So that was kind of like an ego game. And we didn't care if they had 1,000 people in the box. We just wanted to get real physical with them and let them understand that, hey, we this is Muck football. We Pahokee, Florida, and we came to take something. So outside of that game, it's always been about the box. If it's a light box, we're gonna be trying to run the ball. If it's a heavy box, we will throw some play action and things of that nature, and we will throw the ball out. But that's the sum of it. It's when the playoffs come, most of the teams up north run the ball, so most of the teams up north that's good. They're gonna be good stopping the run. And
Coach,
go ahead.
Coach, no, not to stop you, but you said something, and I definitely don't want to lose this train of thought. But you said something. You said as long as you have the high school coach, you will never be a one-dimensional coach. I mean, why are you so dead set on not being one-dimensional? I just want to ask that question.
Well, my background, anyway, I haven't been as long as I've been, coaching and I done been a lot of different places. I done sat in a lot of different rooms. From either on the NFL level, college level, high school level, public, private, things of that nature. It's always been about having balance, Mike. A lot of people they go to these Pop Warner games, and Pop Warner games is about running football. Most of the time, you rarely have quarterbacks, that can actually throw the ball at a high level, or receivers that can run routes at a high level. Although things have changed a lot, lately with that, because it are some. I mean, I was at a game Saturday, in Pahokee, and I seen the kid make a couple of throws. That was very impressive. So not to say that it can't happen, but football was designed on running the ball. But my background is everybody that I know. We speak of balance. I want balance. That's one of the reasons. That that I wanted to make sure that Austin had options for us throwing the ball. That's one of the reasons why BJ Bolden is at tight end now, because he give us that balance. He give us another weapon to create balance when
Yes,
people
sir.
crowd the box. So, but balance is a great thing. Balance is something that's hard to scheme. When you get into playoffs, what I have found out, and it don't matter where you at, but the coaching get a lot better in the playoffs, and teams start scheming you up real good. Just looking at this Port Charlotte team, this team schemed us up really well. They schemed the run game up really well, and basically what they said was, "Hey, Sean Benjamin's not beating us," and that was pretty much it. And so until Austin started making some throws to negate, everyone running to stop Sean Benjamin,
That's right.
that game was close. So, but in a nutshell, I want balance, because I don't want to, I want to be able. If you say I can't do something with my left hand, I want to make sure that I damn sure can do it with my right hand.
I got that, Coach. I got that. I'm gonna move on, Coach. Man, let's get on to your inbox questions. A writer wrote in, "Why did you try to keep the football players out of the pet rally?" That's I never. Go ahead.
Well, this particular pet rally, I absolutely did not try to keep the football players out of the pet rally, but that is something that I'm not for as big games. I am not for the kids. We have big games, special. We have big games. Pet rallies, is lots of fun, and I get it. High school kids want to have fun, and rightfully so. But when you have these big games, winning is about having, full focus on the task at hand. And a lot of time, when you go to these pet rallies, the focus shift, you exhaust a lot of energy, and some of that energy you need for later on. But I did not want, but I did tell them I wanted them to have as much fun as possible in this particular pet rally. But I did not want to participate in the parade. And
okay,
the reason I did not want to participate in the parade was because the same reason. I mean, sitting out in that sun, cooking, and things of that nature, and losing all of your energy, and having to play a football game. That's a great recipe again. Your behind tore up.
Yeah.
But the powers that be, Mr. Donardi convinced me that, regardless of what, we want to show unity. And I get that part, because I mean, looking at it, some of the youth league, they was able to be on the float with us, and just looking into those kids' eyes, or being able to be around our guys, man.
Yeah.
Man, it was, man. It was heartwarming, and it made me feel a whole lot better, man. I mean, just seeing that and being a part of that, and the kids had a hell of a time in the parade. I mean, our kids, and I tell you, I was deep inside, I was going crazy, because when I tell you, they had a good time. They was on the float, off the float, running to another float. I mean, they was.
That's awesome.
I mean, they really enjoyed themselves. I mean, they had on mascot heads and the whole 9 yards, and but it made the game a little more difficult. But at the end of the day, it was worth it, man. It was the right decision. It was the right decision to participate in that parade and have that experience, because those are the same experiences that I experienced. That's one of the reasons why I wanted them to, to have that homecoming game.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. When you speak of the young kids, man, being a part of the parade, being a part of the, the whole event, sitting with the football players, one day hoping that it will become one of these guys, that is so powerful, in my opinion. And I know sometimes, and speaking to what you said about the pet rally, and just, like maybe reserving yourself, so you'll be able to play and perform, in college, man. when I played college football, man, that was one of the things that we didn't. I mean, although we didn't have pep rallies though, but on big games and most of all games, man, we got off the campus, we got to a hotel room, we kind of calmed down, sit down, go over what need to be done. It was all about focus, and I kind of understand that because a lot of times when these kids make it to the next level, they gonna not. I mean, even at a homecoming game, I remember playing a homecoming game that was we got off the campus during homecoming week because it was such a big distraction. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. I mean, distractions is the mother of losses. I mean, it's a lot of losses have came from distractions.
yeah,
You know, you have to manage them well. And things of that nature. You try to manage them as close as possible, but homecoming, one of those types of things, man. Well, you want to. That's why you play a lesser opponent, just so the kids will have opportunity, man, to be kids and enjoy their high school days.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Let me go back to another question here, Coach. I think we got one more here. Let's get on it, Coach. Okay, Coach. Here's another question. Why did you make a better effort to play the seniors on senior night?
Well, I would have loved to, well, I will say this. Um, I really wanted all our seniors to, you know,
Hmm.
to play a lot. I mean, that was the game plan. That was the message throughout the week. However, we got in a dogfight, things of that nature. The game was a lot tighter than what I originally that we expected. We knew they was physical, but we did some things early about turning the ball over to help put ourselves in a situation where we had to. It took us a little while to put them away, and when that happened, it took away opportunities to put more guys on the field, faster than what we wanted to. So, that pains me. That's something that I didn't want to happen, but as a result of it, I had some seniors that I wanted to play a lot that didn't get that opportunity. I mean, all of them played, but certainly not as long as I would like to.
That is the nature of the beast. You know. Um, Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was done, Mike.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. Now, somebody wrote it in too, man, and this is a great question, man, because I read this and I'm like, no way. I, I mean, like, I what is the stat record at Pahokee High School? Somebody said, um, does DJ Holmes really have 24 sacks this year?
That was a question that was
Man,
going around the community. There was also a question that was hot on Twitter yesterday. When the stats got updated, he absolutely has 24 sacks. That's just that's just what it is. I get that. You know, you have people that try to protect people's legacy, and I'm not going to shy away from this. We have had some hell of a football players that play defensive end at Pahokee, and rightfully so. I mean, those guys were some beasts.
yeah.
I mean, anytime you have 20 some sacks, so you that dude. I don't care. I don't care who it's against. And at Pahokee, we have had several defensive players of the year to you know to earn that feat. Uh, However, the stuff that DJ Holmes is doing right now, man, is mind boggling. Um, it's hard to believe if you're not out there every day. It's hard to believe if you don't understand the drive this kid has. It's hard to believe if you don't understand the determination that this kid has. It's hard to believe. But when you see this kid do the things that he do with the relentless that he does it with, uh, you would understand that. Hey, man, this guy's different. This guy's different. So you got people poking jokes and cracking jokes all on Twitter, because they got guys that they looking at their guys like, hey, I don't have that on my team. I think the closest person is the kid from Carter Newman. He got 17, and he's a very good, talented player, but he's not DJ Holmes. And so yesterday I was very upset. I mean, I was kind of angry. Last night I was at I had to go to the last night I had to go to the All-Star meeting to try to get get guys into the All-Star game, and
Yeah.
a couple of coaches kind of like cracked at me like, hey, coach, come on, 24 sacks. I say, shit. I was like, man, he should have 35.
Yeah.
And but one of the coaches that was there, he was just like, listen, I seen him play against Palm Beach guards. Yeah. I believe he got 24, and I wouldn't be shocked. And I'm shocked he don't have more than that, because the thing that this kid does, man, is like I said, man, it's I done seen some guys do some crazy stuff. When you start talking about a Rudy Robinson and a Tyree Kinsler and what I'm saying, a Frankie Burgess. I mean, little man, those guys were some freaks.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys. I mean, even going back to Tate Bowie, back in off the '98 team. I mean, those guys was sensational.
Yeah.
But DJ Holmes is on the terror right now, and we told him. I told him. I mean, we got together. We told him. We told him to shoot for 30 sacks. We wanted him to have 30 sacks. We wanted him to be on a list that no one else was on.
Yeah.
No one in the history of Pahokee has ever had 30 sacks. And right now, he's on the verge of doing that. So, Michael, yes, it is true. He has 24 sacks, and he could be at 35.
To answer my question, he has 24 sacks. Man, I saw it and I was like, man, this guy. I mean, you only have 10 football games. I mean, well, he done played in 9, and he already got 24 sacks. And that's an average of 2 sacks a game, man. That's what it is. And some kids don't have 10 sacks a whole season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mike, we have some. If you play us, man, you find out real fast. We have some dogs on that defense, like Mike.
Oh yeah.
I got some dogs on defense. I mean, you start. I mean, we have a kid that a junior LJ. He has 10. Checky has 10. You got BJ Bolden. I mean, we got some kids on defense, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's doing some things. You got Octavius Allen. He missed a couple of games because of injury, but I mean, he's just as dominant as some of those other guys. And then you throw, the reigning defensive player of the year, DJ Holmes, in the mix. And
yeah,
I mean, we can do some things on defense, man. I mean, we make it very hard to execute our offense, man. Those guys do a great job.
Man, it's good to have that kind of success, man, and for Holmes to be on a list like that, man, it's great to know, man. But like you said a few minutes ago, that hey, man, this ain't really nothing new, man. We have dogs coming from Pahokee High School that played that position that have gone on to do other things too. So hey, man, big ups to you, DJ Holmes, and the defense and all the coaching staff that make this thing possible, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's good. It's a good look, man. It's a good look. And
it's an excellent look, man. I mean, our defensive staff, man. I started with Coach Simmons and Coach Clint and Coach Reese, and Coach Grizz. Those guys do a great job, and just to see the fruits of their labor and the work that they put in, man, it's amazing. And
correct.
I'm just happy that their kids are reaping the benefits of the work that they put in.
Correct, man, and it's awesome to know that, man. Now, let me just say this before I say anything else, because I don't want to get off this show without saying Mr. Denard, Mr. Denard, principal of Pahokee High School. I think he has some honors. I think that he is awarded right now. Right now, he's awarded um, what the best principal in Palm Beach County, or what's that? Is that
No,
correct? Or
the principal of the year in the Glades.
principal of the year in the Glaze? Okay.
Yes, I mean, it's well deserving. I don't know why he didn't. He's just getting it. I mean, in my opinion, he should have had it a couple of years ago. But that's just me. But he's well deserving of it. The time that he puts in at the school with our kids and the things that he does academically, starting with academics, and changing the culture of the school and the environment of the school. He has beautified our school. I mean, our school looks like a school. I mean, he has did some things. Making them revamp our entire school and rip out all that dirty mold and things of that nature, man, and replenish the school. The things he does for athletics, it's priceless. And he's always been a kid-driven person. And anytime you put your energy into the kids, you know, good things are going to happen. And so it's very it's very rewarding to know that you know he's been honored with that award because I know personally the things that he does for our kids and his commitment to Pahokee High School.
Yes, sir, man. That is definitely a blessing that I mean, like, you know, for him to be going to have gone through a lot of scrutiny, so to speak, over the last couple of weeks, and for him to get this honor has been has been great for him in the school, man. That goes to show you that Dwayne Denard is doing the work and and the students and the faculty and staff, they are doing the work. And I think is paramount that we, the people of Pahokee, need to get behind our school, get behind our staff, our faculty, and the students, and let's keep doing great work, man. And our coach, man, and our coaches, man. We all, I mean, the school is doing such a tremendous job.
Absolutely, Mike. We're in a good spot. You know, uh, I remember, when it was when I left in 2008. Until I came back with Coach Bolt in 2019, I had not seen the school like I had. I was pretty much almost banned from Pahokee High School. A lot of people don't know that I got ran off. And I wasn't I wasn't able to, for some reason, even though it wasn't nothing, binding stopping me. A lot of people didn't want me on campus and things of that nature, which it is what it is. But when I finally came back with Coach Bolden, I was able to walk that campus, man. I was in awe of the makeover that has happened on that campus, the transformation. Um, just seeing the kids, bell rang, kids go to class. It's a beautiful thing to see because I remember days when it wasn't like that. I remember days when it was very chaotic and things of that nature. But just to see our kids can be in an environment where, some of the same things that are taking up place at some prestigious private schools are taking place right here in Pahokee, Florida. I mean, it's a very humbling thing. So kudos to Mr. Denard and the staff and all the people that put in the work to make that happen, man. That's definitely a bonus for Pahokee.
Yes, it is, Coach, man. It really is a bonus, man. And it's good to hear from your perspective and how you saw things or how you see things. So I think it's very interesting to see that. And having gone through your issues at Pahokee High School in perseverance and to where you are today, man, it speaks volumes to you and the faculty and staff. Whatever the reasons are, hey, we we don't care. You back there now, and you're doing tremendous work, man. Thank you for all that you do and all that you continue to do. Uplift those kids, man, and man, look, you know, like I said, man, I'm a fan. I was there last year every step of the way, and I'm here from afar now, and I'll be there for the Muck Bowl too. What's your Muck Bowl prediction? Not you, Coach, but hey, anybody calling in or not even calling in and listening, doing their thing, man. I've been posting this question throughout the show, man. What is your Muck Bowl prediction? And Coach, you don't have to answer that though, man. But
No,
yeah,
I'm not going to answer that, Mike. I mean, like I said, I expect it to be a hell of a football game. Glade Central, they'll be very motivated. Write their season out. With a Muck Bowl win. We're gonna have to make sure that we're doing everything possible to make sure that we're ready to play the Raiders. Because at the end of the day, those are still Muck City kids, and all it takes for them to come together, man, and with one common plan, man, to put together just 4 quarters of football to send you home with a loss. So we got a lot of respect for Glade Central
yes,
in
sir.
general. So we know the Muck Bowl is going to be a dogfight.
Yes, sir. Now, last year, Coach, man, it was ugly last year, man. And they're going to get some get back. Them guys that live 4 or 5 miles up the road, they want some get back, man. Cause you laid them with an egg last year, man, and it was a big game, man. And everything that happened to be just so perfect that day, man. I mean, the weather was perfect, the fans were perfect, and everything was just like, man, this is
Man,
football.
Mike, you got to stop me from blushing over here, Mike, man, because every time I think of that game, man, I mean, I tell you, man, it was, hey, if
Yeah,
you're a Blue Devil and you didn't love that game, man, you must be 6 feet deep, man, because
yeah.
that was quite the treat, man. That was
Oh boy,
quite the treat, man. I mean, hey,
that was
yeah,
a game, man.
absolutely, Mike. So, like I said, man, kids did a good job last year, man, but this is a different year, Mike.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, and I tell my kids all the time. I just got through telling them that, hey, man, Glade Central will be dangerous just because their backs against the wall, and the whole community is coming out. I mean, people that ain't came to a game all year be to that game, and kids, they're gonna fight. I mean, they're not gonna just lay down, or we're gonna have to make them lay down. And I expect a tough, tough game, man. I expect them to come out, with a lot of passion and things of that nature. So we just got to make sure that we're locked in to make sure that we're able to, try to get this victory.
Correct, Coach, man. Because I mean, you said a mouthful, and you giving them the right information. I can tell you that much. What they choose to do with that information is going to be on them. But this game, I mean, despite their record and their mishaps this year, doesn't mean that we're gonna walk in and win a ball game. You know, we play. It's a tough fought game. Um, we're gonna have we got a tough challenge ahead because they playing from behind, and that's a dangerous team.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. I mean, the good part, one good part we have, we got a bye week and we're able to rest up a little bit, and uh, they got to play Atlantic next Friday. They got to play Atlantic this Friday, and I can tell you, man, we played Atlantic. Atlantic have a hell of a football team. And so so they will be put to the test Friday when they play Atlantic. Our staff will be in attendance. I might not be. I might be flying up to Carolina somewhere, but I look for them to have a hard fought game up there against Atlantic. Atlantic's a tough football all team, but we're rested up and we're ready to go, man. We had a very spirited practice today and yesterday. Our kids are upbeat, and the ones that hurt, they've been healing up, and so hopefully we be full throttle come next Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Coach Cash, man, it's always a pleasure for you to allow me to be a part of your platform and a part of the Coach Cash show. Is there anything that you want to leave your listeners with?
I mean, just say, man, continue to support the Blue Devils. We're not perfect. None of us perfect, but hey, man, we strive to be, and long as we support Pahokee, and as one, that's all that matters. You know, I'm very grateful and thankful that you guys, especially the Pahokee faithful, has been behind us 100%. I get a lot of support out in the community, and even when I'm at church and things of that nature. So I'm very appreciative to everyone that has touched our kids and has allowed us to flourish and have a successful season. But continue to pray for us because we need a lot of prayer and things of that nature. And go Blue Devils. Look, we don't have a game this week, so we don't. You can't cheer for the Blue Devils this week, but please have us in prayer, man. When you go to church or Sunday or Friday or whenever that is, because prayer is where it's at right now. We want to try to, keep our young men, stable minded, and leading us the right way into the playoffs.
Exactly, Coach, man. Hey guys, man, y'all listen to the Coach Kash show, man. You can catch Coach Kash every Tuesday night um, at 8 o'clock. We started early tonight, man, because we wanted to get the show up and going and get the people the people involved early on in the show. So you can catch Coach Kash next week, same time, same place on all these different social media platforms, particularly on Real Pokey Politics. And next week we'll be streaming live on Coach Kash platform too as well. Y'all stay tuned, man. Keep supporting the Blue Devils. That's the main important thing. The kids depend on us to be their support. Coach Kash also look for us to support him as well, and the school in general, man. So we all we got, Coach Kash. We all we got, my
Absolutely.
brother.
We all we got, man. Going back to back to the Leroy Foster days and Lace Thompson days, man. That was our saying, man. We all we got, man. Those kids really rallied around that slogan, man, and kind of, just kind of kept everybody together and
Yeah,
kept everybody on the same page, man. To just know that, hey, man, we're gonna do this thing together, and hey, I look forward to having that same type of energy moving
and
forward to
go ahead, Coach. Moving forward
moving
to,
forward to Muck Bowl in the playoffs.
but Coach is another good saying too that you have, man. Brick by brick, man. We
Oh yeah,
build this thing brick by brick. We build
absolutely,
it.
Mike.
Yeah,
That's what hey, that's our thing, brick by brick, man, and
yeah,
every game, man, is another brick that's being laid,
yeah,
win or loss, especially we had 2 losses on the year, and we have grown tremendously from both of those losses. Both of them was ugly losses. The Cardinal Newman, we just weren't ready to play a football game, as quiet as Cardinal Newman was, being that they played a week before and we didn't play a week. And then the Dwyer game was just an ugly loss. I mean, we lost to a less opponent, a team that we should have destroyed. We played on a Monday, but we grow from it, and like I said, being able to play these close games, when you play good competition, it prepares you for the playoff because in the playoff, like I said before, the coaching get better and the team, those seniors start to step up because they know it's probably going to be their last game if they don't win. So those games are very competitive, and if you figure out how to win those close games, man, you're gonna like where you end up in the playoff.
exactly, Coach. Well, Coach, let everybody know how they can connect with you, man, on social media platforms.
You can catch the Coach Kash show on iHeartRadio. You can catch us on, you can find me on Instagram, Forex Manny. You can find me on Snapchat, Forex Manny. You can find me on Facebook, Forex Manny, E-Man Hendricks, things of that nature, or my the Coach Kash show on Facebook. I got
Yeah,
my own platform on Facebook, the Coach Kash show, things of that nature. Have any questions, just hit me up, or things of that nature. Questions that you dying to know, and we'll answer them on. We'll answer those questions to the best of our ability. Come, the next show. But
That's right.
So keep supporting us and Pahokee Pride and go Blue Devils.
All right, guys, you have been listening to the Coach Kash Show, and we're gonna see you guys same time, same place next week. Man, thank y'all for tuning in to the Coach Kash Show. We are out, Coach Kash. Let's bounce, baby.
Out, Mike.